Okay, everybody ready? So today is Tuesday, July 22nd, 9 o'clock. Present is from the committee is co-chair Danny Stotzer, Sue Wright, Stephanie Buck, Elaine McIsaac, Peggy Calkins, and Lois Hamilton. You want to give her a speech, please? Okay. Okay. Anybody on Zoom, did you notice? Okay, no one's here. Okay. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is, right? Oh, Beth, and Beth Welling is now present. Okay, so first thing we need to do is approval of the February minutes. And everybody should have a copy. So you want to look that over and approve it? You want to read, okay, Stephanie will read it.
Present at the February 27th meeting were Sandra Williams, co-chair, Danny H. Stotzer, co-chair, Stephanie Buck, secretary, Sue Wright, Beth Wellen, Elaine McIsaac, Peggy Calkins, and Lois Hamilton. Others present were Karen Kuna, Maggie Rosa, Grace Poirier, City Clerk. The first item on the agenda was the February 13th minutes were read and unanimously approved. Number 2 was an update on the current vault conditions. The Archives Committee had requested a copy of the structural analysis study done in 2023 for City Hall to assist in answering this question. Instead, the committee was sent an invoice outlining a new quote for the study of the Archives vault. After discussion as to whether the building committee should assist in looking into this question, the following motion was proposed. To ask J.J. Bell of the building committee to meet with the Archives Committee, proposed by Sandra Williams, seconded by Lois Hamilton, passed. Meanwhile, Grace Poirier, City Clerk, had consulted the CFO, who agreed that the new vault, quote, did belong to the Archives Department. The Archives Department was therefore being authorized to discard papers not requiring retention and to empty, stabilize, clean, and refit the vault for their use. 3, to update and possibly vote on the 2 vault options presented at the February 13th meeting. First, to apply for a grant, a CPA grant, that would be 2026. Second, while waiting for the CPA grant application to be accepted, use money from the archives accounts to make basic repairs and improvements now. A motion to table the CPA application, which was due in March, was too soon, until more information, including additional funding, was available, proposed by Sandy Williams, seconded by Lois Hamilton, passed. Sandy Williams reported that J.D. Curley, Public Works Operations Project Manager, had offered assistance from the DPW in making basic repairs and improvements to the vaults, including the new one. Motion to accept the DPW's offer proposed by Danny Stotzer, seconded by Beth Wellen, passed. 4, the Records Management Committee's possible nominee tabled as no decisions on its formation is available. 5, update on access to ancestry.com and newspaper.com. Sawyer Free Library does not have newspaper.com, but we'll see if they can add a second IP address to ancestry.com. New business, none. Lois Hamilton made a motion to adjourn the meeting at 10:50, seconded by Peggy Colton. Unanimously approved.
Okay, who wants to approve?
I make a
minutes?
motion that we accept the minutes of the previous meeting of February 27th, 2025.
I'll second it. Okay,
All in favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So next on agenda is a vote on Donegan Systems quote, storage system, and color choices. Everybody should have a quote from Donegan's on how much it is. That includes So this is what it will include.
That's the phone with the number 2 on it.
One number two. So there would be two of these. This is a 3-drawer file cabinet with shelving above. This is not accurate measurements on this paper. Okay, and then there would be. Oh, where did my other ones go? I'm going to put the paper up. Where did it go? It's just my day. I know, so then there was 3 of these shelving units that would go on the right-hand wall. This is just a sketch. Has more shelves than this. It would go from the door back to the back wall. There would be 3 of those. And then the other thing is the rolling system, which is not a great picture, but it's a rolling system that would go on the left-hand wall. It slides across in front of the file cabinets when we don't need to be in the cabinets, and then just slide back and forth, so we have plenty of extra shelving on each side. Okay, so that's what that is, if people want to approve of that. And then you have to pick what colors you may like. So,
I think it should be known that Donegan Systems representative came in, measured thoroughly,
again, everything.
and made their recommendations to the vault as
Right.
to how much space we have and the best utilization of that. And this Donegan Systems and the particular man
Right.
that came in
Yeah.
are also the same systems that are used by the city clerk's office when they were redoing
In
the
the
vault
post office.
over at the city
Right.
hall.
Yeah. we
So
were-
this is just what it's not what it's gonna look like. This is all gonna be
Just-
customized.
Right,
And if any of
this
you
is a
have
general
not,
idea.
if you have not been into Vault 5, we have, Sandy's very kindly posted on the wall
Where everything should be.
where everything is gonna go. So please go downstairs and take a look.
Yeah. And when you
it's
look
gonna
at the
be.
shelving unit, it goes whole wall, not just 3 little sections. Okay. The man's name was Dave. He came in, he measured, when in vault 3, was measuring all the different size books. So we'd know what would be best.
It's very
How's all that?
customized.
Right,
for
it's
us.
customized to what we have. All the shelves are removable, adjustable. Even the ones in the slider, those would be adjustable, and they're back to back with a little lip type thing in them, so the books don't get pushed off. So that
May,
question,
Do you have a
I had
question?
on the color,
right here.
what is the as-built? Is it an off-white
We
No.
have
or
a
a dark
choice of
gray?
3. We have
These
a
are-
choice of 3 different colors.
Is there
4.
extra charges? I guess that's what I'm trying to say about
Yes, so,
color.
okay, so these are, you can pass this around. He's marked what he thought was the best color choice for the room.
Okay,
Um,
one is for shelving and one is for the face of the cabinets. So,
Yeah.
this is tier
Yeah.
1. These would be no additional charge. This is
Yeah.
the tier 1 here, no additional charge. Every other one is a charge. We feel, why pay
yeah.
extra for
For
color?
Before we,
It's in a vault.
before we look at those, can
Yes.
we ask what color the city clerk has used?
The city clerk.
This
said
is
they
at the
have the
post
same-
office, this is at the post office.
office.
Yeah. okay.
They're in
Yeah.
these gray tones.
Okay,
We've
all
seen
right,
them.
all right. I just didn't
We've
know if
seen
you
them,
wanted to be
And they're in the
consistent.
gray tone, and
It doesn't
ours
matter.
will not be with them.
Is this the same?
No, I know that, but I just,
Yeah.
Is this the same company that did the Cam Green too?
Yes,
It
yeah,
may very
yeah.
There's a
well be.
gray, aren't
Yeah.
they?
yeah.
Which is, I think, the
This is the
standard.
same
one.
company.
It's pretty
He's not the one that
standard.
designed them.
Yeah.
His company, but he's not the one that did it, he did the one at the post office.
So this one,
Inside, outside.
this one is the shelving, and this one would be the face. These are the ones that he said
Recommend.
were the recommended, it said were the most popular, and whatever.
Would lighter inside be a better choice? Because when you're opening
Um,
up those ones that slide, you're not faced with a whole room of gray. you
It's
know?
It would
not,
be
because the
this.
walls are all cream color, so
The
when you do the
wall-
slider, you got all that cream color
So
there.
the cream color's inside the cabinet.
This
No, it's
would
on the
be
wall.
Shelving. And that would be the face.
They look the
So-
same
so-
to me.
So
Well-
these are the sliders, this is the wall, the
Mhm.
wall is the regular wall that's there, that's
Right.
cream color. This is the gray, this is cream.
Okay,
color. This is the back wall,
okay. I
okay?
think that's exactly what I said.
Yep.
Okay.
Probably. So if you want
So
to
you wanna
them
pass it
along-
around so we can
We-
approve.
We have
That's
two
how the
questions
questions-
to vote on. One,
Wait.
the approval of the spending the money, and two, the approval of the color, or is it all one vote?
Whatever you want.
I mean,
Probably.
I was
The
The
color from the money. Money's
Once the money, once you're actually voting on spending the money, then you're ready.
Oh, okay.
That was my question.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I was, well, there was two things to be decided here, and I was wondering
No,
if we
there's-
needed to be separate votes.
There's three,
Oh,
there's three,
There's a few.
Okay.
there's another one.
Can we move to vote whether or not we're gonna spend the money?
Yes, okay. we
Yes.
Sort of skipped over. So anybody wanna make an appro-
I propose that we spend the money.
spend the money? Second, okay.
All in favor?
All in favor, yeah,
Aye.
okay. Color choices.
This would be the money here. that we
I think
would
for the
spend.
think
record,
you
you
should
should
say it
state how
verbally.
much this is costing.
Do we
Oh, you
need to
voted
say-
on
We're
the
going
money?
to spend the
What do you want the record?
$20,215.72.
Okay,
I second.
I think we need to do that.
She just did.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, okay, so pick
Do
the
we-
color choices, do we do?
Do we want to choose?
Color choices need to be at a formal meeting like this.
If a quorum of the committee is going to be discussing and deciding on it, then I would say yes.
Okay.
that should be.
Yes.
Let's decide the color.
I go with the recommendation.
I do too.
I second
too.
that.
Okay,
All in
Okay.
favor?
Aye.
Recommended colors.
okay.
What is the, there was multiple. recommended colors.
Okay, this is,
Two versions of gray.
that would be the shelving
two.
inside, and that would be the face.
The color.
Yeah, we wanted bright red.
Can we read those two colors out loud so
Yes.
Nancy can on her minutes?
Yes.
Okay, the face of the cabinets would be Foxstone. The shelving would be Frost, Frost.
Frost. FROST is the shelving, FR6. Is the, and folk, FOLKSTONE. SF208
Why don't you pass it to her so she
for
can
the
see it?
face. There you go. There,
Okay, so that's all taken care of.
and we also need to,
Yeah, we need to do that one. So it's not on here, but, Kenny Foster, who's the city treasurer, talked with me. And he suggested for this project that we're doing, that we should have a, vote on a startup fee for material that we might need. Like, file hold folders and
in addition to the
to
cap.
the cabinets. So we were trying to think how much would be it appropriate. He said somewhere's between maybe 1,000, 1,500. So we need to vote on that. So, and I have,
You want to vote on that today.
can't vote on that today.
Bring it up and schedule another meeting and vote on it. but it's
Oh,
not on
okay, because it's not on, I didn't know if it was all together. Okay, okay.
And also they'll give us time to put together actually a supply list and have a better understanding of the code.
She together a supply.
There's your
list.
supply list.
You want to well prepared for explain Sandy why we can only do that one time?
Oh, yes. So from what Kenny said, he said because this is would be a one-time project for this vault, so that we couldn't come back later on and say, well, we need more money for the vault. So this would be a one-shot deal, so he said recommended between 1,000, 1,500, but it's a one-shot deal for this vault. He said if we went later on, in another few months, please, that we could do another vault if we decided to, and then we would go through the same process of someone coming in, designing it, what we would need, and then we could have another startup fee for that, but,
I think that's the bank accounts, how the
right,
bank
because the bank
accounts
accounts
are
are set up.
This is a vault.
This is just a vault account,
For the record, what account is this, are these funds being taken from?
the vault,
The vault.
this is just a vault
Just the
account,
vault.
yes. Nothing comes out of the general fund or the house fund,
Okay, it's the
okay,
vault.
yeah, just a, yeah,
It's only to be used.
for vault, no.
Okay.
So that's why he said, that's why it's a, because it's a vault fund, that's why we only can have the one-time startup fee. Okay,
So can I
Yeah.
just clarify my online, we just voted to spend 20,000 plus
right,
from the vault fund
right,
Yes.
to get all the equipment in the room.
right,
Yes.
And we're gonna put together a shopping list
right,
Yes.
for a quote for next
To-
meeting of
Right.
supplies to put
in
in.
it,
And that would be like archival boxes,
Correct.
folders, etc.
Sandy,
So-
you have the.
And she
you
has,
have all that,
and it's in
Yeah.
my hand.
right, it's in your
Okay.
hand, but we can't vote on that now, Grace said
So,
we have
and
to
that'll be
wait.
next meeting. I just
Okay.
wanna say, I think 1,500 is way too low, but what do you think, Stephanie?
Yeah.
The price of those things. Gaylords and archivals, yeah, I would triple that amount.
Okay.
I would say if. you
But I'm
could
asking
do
for
it
5,000.
once, I'd
But
say.
that's the next meeting.
Yeah, we can discuss
That's
it.
the
Okay,
next meeting.
okay,
Okay,
And maybe you
I
can
was
get
just
some more information.
information, okay, yeah, so,
we'll put together like an Excel sheet, this prices.
right, well, that's what I have here.
Good.
Okay, so I guess that's all we have to do on the, yeah, it says on here vault one, anyways. On the
So we
agenda,
done
it does say from the vault fund. So that's basically all we needed really to vote on.
Wanted, can we just talk about the vault a little bit more?
Okay, what else do you want?
Well, I think that it's important to note that there's still work in that vault that the DPW is going to look into, but they can't look into it until September.
Right,
Because there have been issues of mold and other like moisture and things like that in there, that there could potentially be some kind of coating that's put on in there. So I mean, you can order that stuff whenever you want, once the funds are transferred, but it's important to know that there's still some
Right.
issues
Right.
with that little closet itself that will need to be addressed, or you might want
Lighting,
Yeah.
so that's what I wanted to show you too.
maybe.
This is what remember we talked about the electrical? Something on that idea? Yeah, yes, so it would take for this Donegan system, once we approve it, it takes at least 10 weeks for it to come. So that would give us time to have the DPW come back and address the issues that might be in that vault, like fixing. Putting in, we need a plug in there, we need,
Overhead lighting.
we need to have the lighting fixed. All this stuff was discussed with JD back in January, so he has a list of stuff that needs to be done to that room.
Now,
but-
in the event that, how long is that quote good for?
10 days,
This quote's
so
all good.
we have to have it done by the 24th.
So you're gonna have to work with the DPW with what they say works with the lighting.
Right,
And for the kind of lighting that you want, there might need to be a drop ceiling, which can impact the measurements.
He took that into effect,
Right.
in his quote.
right,
These measurements.
Mike, no, Dave,
Dave,
took that into, consideration when he measured down
from the gas pipe,
from the gas pipe.
Okay.
So everything is below that gas pipe level.
Okay.
All the shelving,
right,
that would be
Yeah.
the big yellow pipe that's in there.
yeah, so, yeah, we tried to make sure he had, you know, anything that we could think of, yeah.
Okay.
And we can confirm that with him.
All right, okay.
So-
Grace, were you suggesting that we hold off on placing the official order until DPW gives us the okay?
I'm wondering if we can,
My only concern with that is for some of the changes that you're requesting that the DPW make in that room could end up, in order for those changes to actually happen the
Right.
way they can make it work,
Right.
could impact measurements in there.
Right.
If you say like, we don't need, we'll stick with the lighting that we have, then it might
Right.
not be a problem at all. But
Right.
if you're asking for a certain type of lighting, and in order for them to install that, it could mess up the measurements. That was my.
Okay, so the lighting that we had suggested to them is the same lighting they put in the barn door closet there. So that wouldn't have been a big deal.
it would just be two, one on the other side.
Yeah,
instead of
'cause we
one
talked-
eyeball.
I had talked to the electrician that did that closet, did the barn door closet. That's what we all call it, that lighting, I had talked to him way back. And I had asked him if he said, no, that wouldn't be an issue, just to switch the light switches, and let the light from the ceiling. Yeah, so the only thing that we really needed was, just those lights changed, which shouldn't be a big thing from what he said, he just switched them out. And it's to have a plug put in there. So,
Put some sort of
Yeah.
dehumidifier.
Yeah.
or whatever,
yes, that we could have.
Which is part of the startup.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Would we need a dehumidifier to
Some
make
sort
sure
of
that mold doesn't
dehumidifier,
come back?
air
Yeah.
exchange, something
Something, okay.
that we need to have.
So we need to know the cost of that as well,
That's gonna
if we
be
have to
part
put
of
it in.
For startup.
Yeah.
The ladder. You can all look at this later. That's what we were thinking of, on that type. Not specifically that one, but I was just trying to get a general idea.
That would be dehumidifier or air purifier.
That's an air
That's an
purifier.
air purifier.
Yes, dehumidifiers, you have to worry about the water tanks, and they generate a ton of heat, which is not good for storage.
Right. So that was what that was, a ladder, a step stool, what was the other thing that was on here?
We also have to consider and be considerate of the DPW. Right now,
They are
Much beyond their limits.
You know.
beyond, I mean, they,
Yes,
with the trash
and
pickup.
that was one of the other things.
And maybe they could extend the timeline on this.
I'm wondering if we can use it for maybe.
It's a really short turnaround.
It
10
is,
days.
it is 14.
Well, it's 14,
But it's down to,
because everything, so,
but I'm wondering if we can call and have an extension on that.
Right.
Where it could extend where these circumstances. With the system yet, and there's no guarantee that if we order it now, yes, we have that cushion of 2 weeks before they commit. But will the trash problem be, will we be able to get to it? Right. But they're doing a job of taking care of the city right now. And I think, we need to be cognitive of that. They've got cemeteries to mow, they've got, schools to paint and all of that. So on top of what's going on in the city, so should we, do you think that's the next meeting?
Suggest that you ask, see if they will give you an extension.
okay.
I'm just.
You can tell them we've
You know,
already
because-
voted to approve
Prove
it.
it,
Right.
You can
File a
place
proof,
the
yeah.
order.
yes, and if we asked
Until-
him if he could wait a couple weeks
We have
to,
until DPW tells us that they can have the room ready.
Extend or maybe hold the order for a while.
How long will they, well, you don't want them to start manufacturing it.
That's what I'm saying.
So how long will they lock that pricing?
Okay.
Okay.
okay. So the reason one of the reasons was because of the president's tariffs. All the metal stuff's the price is all gonna go up. So that was another issue. So that's why he was trying to get it done before all the prices all went up.
Good point.
Yeah,
So that's why he was talking about.
all right. I think what we can do is give Dave a
Gonna
call,
call
Dave
delivery.
Molesky. We'll give him a call, he's our representative from Donegan Systems. And we'll see if we can get some sort of an extension or lock in on the price. You know, he's guaranteed the job because we just voted on it.
Right.
So it's just a matter of timing, and
Right.
it's a very public thing what the communities are going through with their trash removal. So
Right.
it wouldn't, it's
Surprise them.
very obvious,
Yeah.
it's not gonna surprise.
Right.
So I think that should be something either you or I should do, Sandy, is call
Dave, yeah,
and find out if there's any wiggle room in this.
right.
And then go from there
Mhm.
and find, you know, we're gonna have to report back to you. The committee and then your office.
Right.
So a
City
motion?
clerk, and let them know what is, if they can hold this for a while.
Is this a vote or is this
So,
just
a motion
laying out
to-
the timeline?
Well, a motion to contact him to extend the.
Well, if we need to, yeah.
So, yes, I would say yes, it should be a motion that we contact. To approve, contacting him and if he can,
Contact
Yeah.
David.
To lock with the
Malinsky.
price.
right, to lock in the price and hold off a couple of weeks. Before he places the order. You wanna make a motion?
I make a motion that we call Donegan Systems and ask for a price lock and an extension
Extension
due to the
to-
fact that the DPW needs to do some more work on the room.
Right.
Second motion.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anything, any other discussion on that? No, okay. Okay, Danny, you wanna do your ancestry number 4? I think.
Number 4, yeah, ancestry.com. I have been in touch with Jenny Benedict, who's the director of the library. We can't move forward on this yet because the library
Is in
is
chaos.
not open.
It's not open yet.
So that's my update on it. As soon as Jenny comes back, lets me know. She said she doesn't see a problem with sharing a
Mhm.
login with Ancestry. That this
Right.
archives office can use here at City Hall.
Mhm.
So, but that is something that IT has to work out. And the groundwork is there, we just need to be patient until the library
Open.
opens. So that's basically where we stand. And that's my report.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're all set with that. So on new business, it's been suggested that we should have a monthly meeting. And if there's nothing on the agenda, we could cancel it the day before. And talk about projects that we've done for the month, how long it took. So for the month of June, we have on here, so just the properties, we had 10 properties, and all of you know, 10 property could take a month to do, 6 weeks, 2 months, it depending on how much work the person that requested it wants, what details they want. And genealogy, I have had 16 big genealogy projects. Some people will come in and say, there was 3 kids in the family, and then when I look for the children, there's 12, not 3. Somebody else said, oh, there was 8, no, there's 11. So these, and this I do at home a lot because I can't get it finished in the office, and I'm trying to not have these people have to wait for months for me to get it done. Okay, we have little odds and ends of things that come in to check on. So next month, we should have a better update on the things that we have done. This was just a quick one that we've had to do. The other one, project nut B would be in-house projects, what people are working on, and presently. Danny, what are you doing?
What am I doing? We just finished hanging the portraits in the
portraits.
hall.
look great.
Yeah.
They all have little
Yeah.
by
they
all-
all have biographic
yeah.
information under them. So that project has been completed.
Completed.
And I am working on right now, Beechbrook Cemetery, making an Excel spreadsheet so that we can digitize Beechbrook.
Are we keeping a running record of our projects? If we're gonna be doing this
It's on the
recording,
board,
Yes,
on the board desk.
I'm thinking like an Excel list that we can adding to, and we can report at the end of the year. Look at everything we done.
Lois has all that, and she does it,
She
we
does.
have that, we've been
She
doing
does.
that for a few years.
And it's broken down to,
Perfect.
property, genealogy.
Anybody ever wants to know what we do
And
in the
other-
archives?
Yeah.
we've got
We have,
time,
yeah, we've,
Yep.
Because
Lois
a lot of people
has
don't
been
know what
doing
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and when it was started and when you finished it,
mhm.
and how many hours.
Yes.
So, yeah, we keep
That's
track
been
of all
going
that
on.
for
Good,
years,
good.
for a few
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
instead of the
Some
card
great
system.
information.
Yeah, Sue, what are you working on? Sue, what are you working?
Sue, what I'm working on is.
For the
I
archives.
Started a project with the Washington Street Cemetery, getting that redone so it's legible. And that was put aside just for a moment, and I had a thought about getting the Campbell Funeral Home plaque for the house, a historical plaque. So I've run into some bad stuff with that. It doesn't want to come to me yet, so now I have two things on hold, but yeah. I'm working on the deeds and trying to get back as far as I can with that. My first one, so it is taking longer than it would take Lois or Sandy overnight if they can do it. Congratulations to you guys for handling 16 requests.
That's just for the
10 more.
genealogy people, yeah,
I can't do it in 3 months, but
okay,
we'll get there.
okay. Stephanie? What are you working on?
I'm currently making an index of several scrapbooks that were recently donated to us. And I'm also been for several years now, I think, doing a database of vessel ownership from the earliest records we've got. And another one of the businesses that were in the, prior to 1869, when the directory started giving you that information.
Elaine?
I'm working on Harry Smith, which I'm on the Azores genealogy on Facebook. And so sometimes they talk about Gloucester or, so I happen to look at that. So that's what I'm working on. His death certificate says he was born in Gloucester. Yeah, I haven't found that yet. So, and it may not even be the correct name,
Right,
but that's what I'm working.
okay. Peggy?
Properties.
That's
That's really what I work on.
Peggy does-
They sort of come in a steady trickle, I'd say, not
Yeah.
a flow or a gush, but a trickle. So I'm able to keep up with
Okay.
Lois's help too. So
Okay.
that's what I've been doing, nothing else.
Okay, Lois?
Okay, I used to come in 5 days a week, I come in 3 days a week. And when I come in on Wednesday, it's my catch-up time for what happened on Monday and Tuesday. I keep a list of requests that people are, once a month I put it on the list, all of them. And also I have a form that I put on a clipboard, where we have the new requests, requests in progress, and waiting for the client. And I update that as soon as something happens, somebody tells me it's done or whatever. And I do keep those, the prior sheets.
Right.
And put the new sheet out. But I do properties, some are easy and some are very hard. And I do some genealogy,
Right.
not really a lot.
because, you know, I really have an interest in historic houses. That is one of my goals, is that, I would like to help, update MACRIS, which is a state, database of, historic houses.
Mm.
And, let me think. So, as people give requests to research their house, and I find that it is a historic house, I keep all that information in the file with our historic buildings. And, it's quite interesting because the city database, when people look at it, it says, year built 1900. What that means is that that house was there in 1900 when the city created that database. Sometimes you're lucky and you hit one that tells you when it was built. But what you have to do is start from day one and go back, each time and see who the owners were and, you know, whether it was house there or not. So, you know, and I give support to all my, committee, people, you know, all the volunteers, whether you're on the committee or you're not on the committee. And, you know, sometimes I give too much information and somebody will say, I just told you that. So, it was all kind of, you know, understanding that sometimes I don't hear it and I hear what you say. You have hearing aids. That's it.
Beth?
Okay, well, I only come in one day a week because I actually still work. But Danny, I just finished every single document that has to do with any research, any proposals, any work done on the city vaults that we had collected is scanned. It's all in there and it's, the files are labeled in such a way, so it's all in chronological order for you to just go straight down. You'll see what year somebody did what or proposed what or whatever, and there's information. That's done, and so this next week I come in, I'm gonna start subdividing some business folders for her. It's whatever they tell me they want to do. I also do a lot of IT.
Yeah.
Every time I walk in, it's like, oh, we have this thing for you.
Even though she's not on the committee,
Yeah.
she should be included.
I volunteer.
Karen
I
Kuna.
can. Right now, I'm working on a recently created Excel spreadsheet, inputting various obituaries. I also worked with Elaine on doing an index for our in-house little library. We got that done. And also, when I have some extra time, I'm working on a spreadsheet for the Spanish-American War and entering data about that and who was involved. And then I do whatever she needs to be done.
So I will say, so to clean this vault 5 out, I've had a lot of help from Sue Wright, from Karen Kuna, lugging boxes back and forth, books back and forth, just shoveling stuff out of that
A
room.
task.
Yeah, so we've all, the 4 of us have been working on that. So we still have 6 books that have to go over to the post office, but due to heat, parking, rain, they haven't gotten there yet. And then, so that's basically, will be all finished. So the other thing that I do is Mount Pleasant Cemetery, because that's been a 2-year ongoing project for the, Mount Pleasant Historical Mission or whatever I don't know what their exact title is over there. So I've reached every single person in that cemetery and we're over 4,000 right now. So I research it, every one of them, and then Lois logs it into the Excel sheet for me. So. Yeah, and I've done every other cemetery in this city, except for Calvary and Beechbrook. I've done them all, Seaside. Yeah, every person has something written about them. Okay, is that it? So that's our update on in-house
It is a
projects.
process, that's for sure.
So the other thing is, the library, was seeing if anybody wanted these fireproof cabinets. These here, so Grace got them. So there's 3 of them, so they will be put in, far as we know, in the hallway underneath the bulletin board where we now have all the shredding. So they're fireproof, they lock, they're double-sided. So, I don't know exactly what material, all the material that, the city clerk's office wants in there, but we'll be able to access it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because our vaults, as you. They're ever growing, but not growing.
Yeah.
So we need to start having a space to put some of our old marriage intentions that we're just not accessing
Right.
anymore, or old birth certificates, old marriage
And
certificates.
that stuff. we
And
can-
just start transferring things, you know, we need safe, secure spaces to put those things in. So where everything lands in that shuffle, I don't know, but now we have 3.
It's called Tetris.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do every day
Yeah.
at work.
Yeah.
Play Tetris.
Right.
So that's great that we're gonna be able to have those.
Right.
Those are
So, and
Yeah,
there's
that's
no other place they
Yeah.
can, we've measured every space in this building practically where they would fit, and the
Be
only
helpful
place.
for our research too.
Right,
Yes.
right, so the only place they will fit is in the hallway there, and all 3 will fit together.
And that provides some pretty cool counter space.
Right.
You can
Yes.
still bring
Right.
people out there and show them, you
Right,
know,
so the table that's there will be put in the break room, so that when we have to, have these huge maps that. You know, we got everybody standing on the side because the maps are so big falling apart, they will give it, we could slide it over to the table there to give us the extra space.
That's a great
you know,
idea.
to- Because Danny and I have been juggling maps that are completely falling apart and pieced with whatever to get them together. So we actually need a way wider table, so that's what will happen with all that. And we're still waiting, they're in process of trying to find out about getting a shredder truck, okay, to get rid of all that stuff.
And the city hall is coordinating a shred event.
Right, yeah, yeah, Melissa came down.
Yeah, okay.
Melissa did come down and was telling us about that, and she would, because she wanted to know why we just didn't have a bonfire. No. But anyways, don't put that in there. Okay, I think that's all. Anybody have anything else? That's not on the agenda.
I would like to add thanks to the entire committee, volunteers for cleaning that hall. I mean, everybody got dirty. They
Yes.
cleaned, they gave what they could give, carrying
amazing.
books
Never
over
a
to.
big one. It was the
That
same
was
place.
I
amazing.
mean,
Right.
just.
And we even have a photographer took pictures of
She took
me riding on the wagon.
So Grace, when she was showing me, this is the first time I saw it on Friday, all
Oh,
cleaned, emptied and painted. I'm like, ooh, this could become the poster child of all the vault. And you're gonna get very jealous when you walk to your vault.
Sincere thank you to
Happy to help.
everybody that it just was such an effort. Everyone, it's very impressive.
So,
Hardest working people here. Thank you.
so I think that's all we can call a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second, I have to go to work.
All in favor?
Aye. All want coffee and,
You just log in
Thank
time.
you, Sandy.
what time is it, anybody?
Oh.
We need a time. Sorry.
It is 9:44.
9:44.
Thank you, bravo, everybody.